name is Stephanie Yin. Welcome back to our Best Move series. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 best moves that I saw in April. So now let's get started. The first best move is amazing indirect ladder breaker. And here is the example. So this is the game played by 2 professionals. One is from China and one is from Korea. And what happened in this game is Black started playing attachment move here and cut, and Black is trying to separate these 2 white groups so that Black can either attack the stone here or the stones on the bottom. So now White actually is facing a very difficult situation. If White tries to save this stone, because the ladder right now doesn't work for White. If White uses the ladder, and eventually Black is going to connect an Atari here. So the ladder currently doesn't work for White. So if White tries to save the stones on the top, White has to extend. But that's a very risky move because once you started saving that stone, we can never give up again. And now you can see this group is already enclosed by Black. So extending here is a very risky move. Alright, so the second option is if we want to save the group on the bottom, and we have to try to break out from this side, or knight to move here. But no matter what White tries to do from this side, we're going to hurt the stone on the top. So in this situation, we can save 2 groups at the same time until White shows the next move, which is here. So how does that move work? How does that move help these 2 groups? All right. First of all, this is a sente. So Black cannot let White extend here because now the corner get hurt, and then the stone on the top is also separated. So Black has to block here. So after that exchange move, now White is going to start a ladder. The reason why I said it is indirect ladder breaker is because the ladder still doesn't work for White. See, the ladder still doesn't work. Black is going to connect eventually, but what's going to happen is after that exchange move, instead of we're going to keep running the ladder, we're going to Atari here so that we can either capture this stone or kill this group. So now Black actually doesn't have any other choice. Black has to kill this white stone on the top because the 5 stones is much bigger than the stone on the bottom. But after that exchange move, now White is able to capture stone on the bottom, and now you can see giving up the 3 stones on the top will help this group settled because this stone is captured, the corner is getting weaker, but now White is already alive. We don't have to worry about this weak anymore. Alright, so that's the first best move. Now let's look at the next one. The second best move is a perfect timing to cut a group in a fight. So before I'm going to show you the move, let me give you a little bit background about this game. So I just came back from World Women's Professional Tournament, and it's called Wu Qingyuan Cup. So Wu Qingyuan Cup is the largest women's professional tournament with the highest prize in the world right now. So we have 28 invited players from all of the world, and 4 from North American countries, and 4 from Europe, and other 20 players are all professionals from China, Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. So at the same time, we were having a World AI competition. So this is the game played by 2 AI players. And Black is Lila Zero, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are already very familiar with Lila Zero. And White is a Reins from Japan. So now let's look at this game. So right now on the board it's Black to play, and what's going on the board? So both black and white are fighting in the top, on the top and the center area here. So it seems black is having a harder time because black has two weak groups and white only has one group, and it doesn't seem very weak. However, if you show what happened in the actual game, you will think black is having a very hard time. Instead, white will be in trouble. So what happened in the actual game? So first of all, black used the sente on the top. That's absolute sente. White has to respond that move. If white doesn't respond, and black can push here and kill these two stones. So killing these two stones not only will give black a lot of points or territory on the top, but also at the same time, black doesn't have to worry about the three stones anymore. It's all connected. So white now has to connect. So how does that move work? Why is that move important? Why is this sente very important? It's because black has the wedge here. And now white only has one option to Atari on the right side. If you Atari here, of course this doesn't work. The 5 stones are dead, it's separated. So white has to Atari from the right side. If black just simply connect, it won't have anything. White can just simply connect. So instead of connect here, black now is going to sacrifice the stones on wedge point here. Instead, black's goal is to kill the 4 stones on the top. So white captures, black now cuts. In the actual game, white made 2 exchange moves here to save a ko. So the ko is right here. If white Ataris and Ataris here, that's the ko. But in the actual game, white didn't start a ko right away. It's because white now doesn't have enough ko threat. So that after black blocks here, white now is trying to create some ko threat so that the white can start a ko. And white cuts. Black blocks. That's not a suicide move. That's the way that white can create a ko threat. So white used the sente here, and white played a tiger's mouth here. So after this move, if black respond here to kill the 2 stones, and now white is able to start a ko. Because this stone is connected with the group on the left side, and now white is going to use the weakness in the corner to find a ko threat. If white is able to play these 2 moves, now we can see the corner, the black corner instead. So that's why in the actual game, black didn't respond that move. And black played this move. And white killed the 2 stones. And black added another stone. Even though we have a 1 stone here, but we still have Aji, the ko, in the center. But the reason why white didn't start a ko after this move is because the peep in the corner now doesn't work anymore. It's not a ko threat because black now is going to kill the 5 stones in the center by playing Atari. If white Atari is here, since these 5 stones are dead, black now is connected. So that's why white didn't start a ko. And white killed the 2 stones, and black made this exchange move first. And then black hunted here. So after this move, the ko, it doesn't exist anymore. If white Atari is here, black connects, and now it's a connect and die in the center. So the ko doesn't exist anymore. So after this trade, I can say this is the trade because at the beginning, white is controlling on the outside, but after this variation, white now is living inside, but all of the outside is controlled by black. But as you can see at the beginning, black has 2 weak groups, but right now, white still need to move to make that group alive, but everything else on the outside is pretty much dead. So at the end, black won this game is because black was leading in this fight right now. Okay, so now let's look at the next best move. So the next best move is a Tsuki determined the final battle. And here example. So right now, both black and white are having a very serious fight on the board. This group is not alive. This group is surrounded by white and it only has one eye. And these 3 stones are not alive. The 3 stones on the top, the 3 black stones are not alive. So right now, both players are pretty much facing the final stage. Oh, by the way, this is the game played by 2 Japanese professional players. So at this point, whoever is able to make the group alive will kill the other group. So it's pretty much the final stage. And at this point, it's white to play. So right now, white actually is having a very difficult situation. This, as what I said earlier, this group is not alive. The 3 stones are in danger. If we try to save the 3 stones by Hana here, and black will play the 1 space jump, and as long as the 3 black stones are alive, the group on the top is really dangerous because all of the stones on the outside is black, and as long run from the area here to the top right here. So it's pretty much impossible to connect. But if we just simply help this group in the center to live, to run, and black will have the center on the top. And still, this group is pretty much very dangerous. And if white tries to run, and then black will keep chasing it. Alright, so what happened in the actual game? And where is the Tsuki then? So where is the move that white can not only save the 3 stones on the bottom, but also help the group on the top? And here is the move. The net here. Alright, that's not really a net, but it's kind of like indirect net. Okay, so in the actual game, black was thinking the 3 stones are not easy to deal with, and black pushed here. And black was thinking, so now my group over here still have a lot of liberties, so I might be able to win the liberty fight against this group. So let's try to fight against this group first, and then let's see what's going to happen on the top area here, and then I will decide whether I'm going to save the 3 stones. That's pretty much black's idea. And then white played another Tsuki, it's a very good testing move. So if white just simply push, and that's what black wants. This is what black expected. But what black did not expect is this move. Why is this a good move? Why is this very important in this fight? This is the perfect timing to ask black. So after this move, now you can see black has 2 cutting points, right here and right here. So if black simply connects here, after this exchange move, this stone of course will help this group on the bottom to run. And if black connects here, now white actually saved the 1 move. White doesn't have to respond to any move on the top area. Instead, I would just simply kill the 3 stones. Because black now is not able to surround white. I can also Atari here first and push. And if black tries to cut here, white connects as a sente. And since I made this exchange move earlier, now white is able to kill the 2 stones. So in the actual game, black, I'm imagining black probably is having a headache at this moment. So that's why black didn't respond that move. And then black decided to pull the 3 stones out And then Hane here. White cuts, that's Sente. There's only one option for black to save the 5 stones. And white used Sente here. And eventually white escaped. So because of that exchange move, it's very hard for black to reduce the liberties here because there's some ajis and there's very obvious weakness right here. And after both players played a couple moves, and black resigned this game. All right, so now let's look at the next best move. The next best move is reading 40 moves ahead in the fight. Can you believe that? Now I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is the game played by 2 Chinese professionals. And what happened in this game is black is trying to attack the 3 stones on the top. So in the actual game, black played a Kusumi here and a white Atari'd. And then black thought, if I just simply connect, it won't help me to attack the 3 stones on the top anymore because my group is also weak. So what happened at this moment is black started thinking a lot, and eventually black killed the top group over here by reading almost 40 moves ahead. So what happened in this game? So as what I said earlier, connecting here is too direct to attack the group on the top. So in the actual game, black was looking for some help on the bottom area here, or on the left area here. And white, of course, now you're kind of invading my territory. Of course, I should counterattack you. So the Hane would be the first option. And black double Haned, and white cuts here. Black extended, and white made an exchange move on the top, Atari, and connect back. This is very necessary. So if white doesn't Atari here, and black now is able to run the ladder and kill white over here. That's black, white, and black. So the ladder works for black. So Atari on the top is very necessary in this game. All right. So playing some moves on the left area is not the real goal for black. So the goal of black is still to attack the group on the top. But as what we talked about earlier, connecting here is too direct. We need some help. We need some support on the bottom or on the left side. We need more people to help us. That's why black has started doing something on the left. And then black Atari'd, white extended. The Atari is very necessary as well because we want to make your opponent groups heavier so that they can't give up that group anymore. And after that exchange move, black now started attacking. That's the time. And then white Haned, black extend, and now there's a cutting point here, so white needs to fix the cut. And black's jumped. White pushed. This is very straightforward. If white doesn't break out, if this get enclosed, everything is dead inside. So white has to extend and extend and Hane, white Hanes, black Atari'd, white Atari'd, black Atari'd again. So this is not to misread the ladder. Black did it on purpose. Now you can see after all the exchange moves right here, black get all the sentes on the outside. And white captured. So black has sacrificed everything on the left. Now you can see this whole group. This group only had 4 stones before, but now it became a small dragon. And once that group become a small dragon, it means it becomes heavier and heavier. We can now give up that group anymore. And after that exchange, black tries to kill the eye on the top. So if now in the actual game white didn't connect, and if white tries to connect, I don't think white is able to make that group alive because it doesn't have two eyes on the top. White tries to go here, black can just peep, and if white blocks, and black can either way, a push or bomb, either way works. So in the actual game, white had sacrificed the group on the top. Oh, I don't have the stone here. And black cut it. So now let's compare whether giving up the 4 stones on the left is bigger or kill the stones on the top is bigger. So of course, obviously killing the group on the top is much bigger than sacrificing the 4 stones. That's a strategy black had. So before the attachment move, black already thought all the variations. That's really incredible, amazing. It's almost to 40 moves. So it's very common in the professional games because it seems that fight is the final fight. If black didn't do very well, black is going to lose in territory. White has a huge side on over here and a lot of territory on the right side, and black only has that corner, a few points here, and this is also undecided. So black has to get something in that fight. That's why black started thinking a lot and thought 40 moves ahead. All right, so now let's look at the next best move. The last best move is the most efficient move to end the mid-game, and here is an example. So this is another game played by 2 AI players, and black is Go Lois from France, and white is Go Lexi from China. So this year, the World AI Tournament is actually the 2nd year. So since last year, Go Lexi already won 2 years straight. And also in the last year, Go Lexi at the end, Go Lexi challenged world champion Koji and Naidan for a couple games. So let's see how Go Lexi performed in his show in this game. So in this game, it's pretty much very close to the end game already. It seems very peaceful so far. White has a huge territory on the top, and it's some territory on the left side, and black has 4 corners, but 1 big corner, and this is the last side that haven't decided yet. It can be either black's territory or white can break in. But what white did in this game is, and my first instinct won't be the move white played in this game because it looked very aggressively. So now I'm going to show you what white did right here. So the first time when I saw this move, I think this is overplay. The corner is pretty much alive, and white only has 1 stone on the 3rd line. How does that move work? So as a human player, my first instinct will be the 3rd line invasion here or 4th line invasion here. But if white is able to make this exchange, of course, that would be much better than invading directly. But my worry is, since white only has 1 stone on the 3rd line, what if black tries to surround the 2 stones? It doesn't seem this group can be alive on the side. All right, and now it's white's show. This is what actually happened in this game. After white goes here, black kosumi'd, and white descended. That's actually a sente move. Black needs to block. And then white made this exchange. That's a sente because this group now is not alive. Black needs to Atari. Use this sente to live. If white connects here, now black is able to make either bend 4 or the eye on the top. And then white extended here, try to make more eye space because the corner it's is at least, it's not alive, but at least the corner has very long liberties. It's Bokeh 5. So Bokeh 5 has 8 liberties just inside, and black has 1 more liberty on the outside. So the corner has 9 liberties, but as we can see, white doesn't have that many liberties. So at this point, white has to extend the liberty. And white wedged, black blocked, white connected, black blocked. And white peeped. That's an absolute sente. Black needs to connect. So up to this point, this group still seems not alive, and also it doesn't have 8 or 9 liberties. If we can see, that's the sente for black. Now white only has 6 liberties, right? But eventually white was able to make this group alive, and let's see what happens. And white cut here. That's absolute sente. Black needs to extend. Because competing with the group on the top, that will be much easier to compete with the group in the center. Because black now on the top only has 5 liberties. As we counted earlier, white has 6. So white is going to win the liberty fight. So black now must extend. And white extend here. That's also a sente. White is looking for to kill the 2 black stones on the bottom. So black extended, and then white extended first. That's a sente. That's also a sente because as we talked before, if white started killing the corner, that's a gote for white. But the corner has 9 liberties, and white doesn't have enough liberty. So killing the corner directly won't work for white. But instead, we can use the sente here. If black Tsuki, and instead we're going to use the clamp and descend here, white now is able to simply connect with the stones in the corner. So black needs to respond right here. Okay. And then white showed the next Tsuki, which is the wedge. Okay, so why is this Tsuki? It looks like a misread. So black is already connected, and the white decides to wedge here. That's because right now black only has 1 option to respond that move. Atari on the top won't work. That's actually a trick. So after that exchange move, and white jumps here, white will have either descending here to kill the 3 stones, or start reducing the liberties of the group on the top. If black captures, white can simply just go here, that's sente, and block. So black now only has 5 liberties, and black needs to reduce its own liberty by killing white's liberty. So now black only has 4 liberties, but as we can see, white has more than 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So white will win this liberty fight. So Atari on the top won't work. So black needs to Atari on the bottom and to look for the sente so that black is able to escape. But the reason why the wedge is a Tsuki is because after white is able to make that exchange move in the actual game, white has this sente. Because now we have a throw in and Atari. As we can see, if white throw-ins here, black captures, and white Ataris, if black connects, and it's going to be a connect and die to black. So if that's the sente, black needs to connect. Now white is able to make this group to a bent 4, which is already a live group. So before white descent here, there's still some ajis here. There's a ko. So white made this exchange move first and then descend. So at the end, white won this game. It's because not only white left instead of black's territory, but also after this group is alive, let's look at black stones here. The whole group on the top is in danger as well. All right, so these are the best moves for April. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave some comments below. If you have any questions, you can always go to our website and follow us on Twitter and Facebook page. So my name is Stephanie Yin. I will see you next time.